Mama. Are you wondering which adaptogens are safe to take while breastfeeding? Today we're going to talk about 8 adaptogens that will help you get out of fight and flight and help restore your health fast. I'm Tara Gregorio, certified women's herbal educator and mama of twins. And on this channel we discuss natural remedies for women's and children's health. So if you love natural remedies, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of my new video each Tuesday. But first, what are adaptogens? You may have heard them or maybe heard of one of them. They're a category of herbs that help us adapt around stress. I know that seems kind of unreal, but actually recently my mother-in-law just asked me, how do you not be stressed in this day and age? And I said, adaptogens. So even though it seems like it could not work, they have a cascade effect on the whole body. So if you're feeling stressed and really, really high up here, it just takes it down a notch. So it takes us out of fight or flight and puts us into the rest and digest nervous system. And especially if you're breastfeeding and you have other children hanging around, they can be life-changing. Now, even if you're not breastfeeding, stay tuned because these are great remedies for moms of all ages. So number 1, rhodiola. Rhodiola is an adaptogen that helps decrease anxiety, improve mood, reduce stress, and support sleep. Tibetan medicine uses this herb to nourish the lung and treat lung problems like coughing blood and pneumonia. But for moms, you can use it for hernias, excessive vaginal discharge, hysteria, headaches, or struggling with attention deficit, inability to focus. It's sweet, slightly bitter, cool, and dry. So it is cooling, so if you tend to be cold, you may want to skip this herb. Also, it's not for pregnancy and if you have a bipolar disorder, so keep that in mind. And it can also cause insomnia in sensitive people. So it is a beautiful herb, but you might just use it with caution. I'm going to try it for headaches, hysteria, and excessive vaginal discharge. This would be the herb for you. Number 2, shatavari. Translated as she who has 100 husbands, shatavari can be used to enhance your libido and enhance fertility. It's also great for minor hormonal imbalances, reduces vaginal dryness and dry skin, and improves libido. It's a diuretic and soothing demulcent, so it may relieve urinary discomfort and gastric irritation. It's sweet, bitter, warm, and moist. So if you are a more mature mom and feeling a bit more dry, then this may be the herb for you. You can boil the shatavari root with sugar, honey, and milk. I put a recipe on my website I'll link to below, and that's one way to consume shatavari. You could also use it as a tincture as well. If you experience diarrhea or bloating, mix it with ginger or skip it altogether. It's been known to increase milk product and milk flow in lactating women, so this may be a great choice for you. Number 3 is Schisandra. The Chinese name for Schisandra was Wu Hui Zi, which means 5-flavor fruit. Schisandra is an immune tonic used for cough, weakness, excess phlegm, and hood vertigo, a feeling of congestion in the head. So if you feel like it calms the shen and is effective if you have stress-induced heart palpitations, feel like you can't take a deep breath, insomnia, anxiety, and bad dreams. It's sour, sweet, salty, bitter, and pungent. It's warm and dry. So don't take it during acute illnesses. You may want to take it before the cold and flu hits us. So keep in mind, all of these are safe during the breastfeeding years. If you are uncomfortable taking botanicals while nursing, I completely understand. Grab the freebie below to follow the 4 simple steps to feel confident while nursing and using herbal remedy. Number 4, Eleutherococcus senticoccus. Otherwise known as Siberian ginseng, this plant can be used for treatment of people with wind or damp condition. It's an adaptogen that helps with depression, exhaustion, fatigue, stress, and improves physical stamina. It's mild and unlikely to be overstimulating, but if you happen to struggle with insomnia and find that it is too stimulating for you, then you may want to skip the second dose of the day or just skip it altogether. So it will bring you a good form of energy, so you could take it in the morning and then possibly skip the one in the afternoon if you're finding that you're too energized. It's sweet, slightly bitter, and slightly warm. Number 5 is maca. You may have heard of maca. It's loaded with important vitamins and minerals and vitamin C. There's 20 amino acids, 8 of them are essential. It's great for low sex drive and reduces perimenopause and menopausal activity like hot flashes and night sweats. So if you're feeling really warm at night, you may want to try maca. It also reduces anxiety, provides stress support, possibly due to the flavonoid. Not to be used during pregnancy and may actually reduce your chances of fertility, so just keep that in mind if you are planning on having another baby. It's rich in amino acids, iodine, iron, and magnesium. So you can add a little bit to your smoothie or hot water in the morning. Notice if you like the taste, or if it turns you off, then choose another adaptogen. Number 6, my favorite, is ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is meant to give you the strength of stallions. And the Hindi name for this herb translates to horse sweat-like odor. Ayurvedic, this medicine is known to prolong your life. It's bitter, warm, and dry. So if you tend to run hot, you may want to skip ashwagandha. For moms, I use it as a calming adaptogen, and you can take it any time of day. That's the biggest question. So it's safe to take while nursing, and also it helps enhance sleep. So you can take it in the morning and in the evening. And if you're using it as a tincture, that's what I suggest, is the 20 to say 30 drops 2 to 3 times a day. Now, I always suggest that moms use one herb at a time. So you start with your ashwagandha, you see if there's any side effects and adverse side effects. And if there is not, then add in a second herb, something to help soothe the anxiety, and then add in a third herb. So you're always testing one herb at a time. Number 7 is another favorite, holy basil, or you may know it as Tulsi tea. Again, safe to take while nursing or breastfeeding. You can start your day with a simple cup of holy basil or Tulsi tea and sip on it throughout the morning. In replacing that second and third cup of coffee with either holy basil or stinging nettle tea. It's a great botanical for moms who want to reduce anxiety, promotes the flow of mother's milk, and can reduce the mental fog that we tend to get as new moms. It can improve your memory, so great for ADD and ADHD, and reduces stress. David Winston says he uses holy basil with damiana, rosemary, and lavender for stagnant depression when one has some type of traumatic event and you're unable to move on. So with time, if you notice that you cannot sleep or that you're getting a bit of baby blues and depression, I also have a freebie, the Postpartum Depression Relief Roadmap, where I talk you through the simple steps to help us through postpartum depression naturally. Reishi mushrooms. This is bitter and warm. I would take reishi mushroom in a tincture format if you were tending to get sick a lot or feel like you're coming down with a cold. So moms ask all the time, what can I take when I have a cold? Reishi mushroom in a tincture, or maybe a powder in coffee formula that you would take if you feel like you're getting sick or as we change seasons, particularly fall and spring. So reishi is my go-to when your immune system is low, and again, safe to take while breastfeeding. Number 9, stinging nettles. So watch this video where I describe stinging nettles and how it can benefit you during the nursing years. So filled with vitamins and minerals, this herb can nourish your body. It's safe to take while breastfeeding. Personally, I would blend it with milky oat tops to soothe your anxiety and sip on that daily. It's a slight diuretic, so it can help with bloating and constipation, but it also can give you a little pick-me-up without the caffeine. So think of stinging nettles for the mid-afternoon slump at 3 p.m. And think of it when you're having a rich piece of chocolate cake or lots of sugar. The nettles will help balance your sugar levels and also soothe anxiety and nourish your body. So stinging nettles is definitely number one. In the blog post for stinging nettles, which you can search for on my website, taragregorio.com, I talk about, I think it's called milkmaid tea, and the first ingredient is stinging nettles. So if you're nursing and looking for an easy tea to sip on every day, you might search for that tea blend which has stinging nettles. So let us know your thoughts. Have you tried adaptogens? Which one is your favorite? And are you hooked as much as I am? Let us know in the comments below. I hope to explore adaptogens more in our food and our drink and as tinctures, because they truly are our next medicine to help us live in this busy, busy world. So I have some freebies on my website, but below you can download the breastfeeding safety checklist, and you can see how to use botanicals with confidence and strength and without fear. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.